Warning! This podcast contains spoilers. Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of the As Seen on TV podcast for Game of Thrones, Season 7, Episode 5, Eastwatch. I'm your host, Mike, and joining me is Cleo, and John,
Hi.
and Pat, and Michelle.
Hello.
Hi! So, a burning question I had, probably others had it too, was answered within the opening seconds of this episode.
Is Jaime killed?
Well, we kind of knew he wasn't, just from the way that ended.
Right.
I am of the dead.
But the running joke on the internet this week has been, how the hell, Bronn's got some really fucking strong arms. Because, he dragged Jaime underwater in full armor for what seems like miles, but probably really wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. So because they pulled him out, I'm just like,
It could have been a current as well, got washed away a little and then trudged him out.
Mm-hmm.
but he was just to the bottom.
The water was with him. It was pushing him along.
Yeah, but with that much armor
It was
on,
moving
you
him
just
along.
what is he, Aquaman Part 2?
No, clearly he's the Winter Soldier,
Yes, that's it.
fishing Captain America out of the river.
Oh my god. I love
wanted
that.
to do a side-by-side, but I couldn't find the right screenshots. I was very sad.
Pretty close. Because
Yeah.
Jaime did pull a Captain America at the end of last week's episode. But I love their whole conversation. What the hell were you thinking? It's like, no, Jaime's reaction. You could have killed me.
Yeah.
The dragon would have killed you, so...
Yeah. Why would you try to stab a woman with a dragon between the two of
It's
you?
like, didn't you see the dragon between you and her?
Yeah, really.
Technically, the dragon was behind her, but that's not the point.
That's not the point, no.
Not the point.
If Drogon had gestured his wings slightly to the foreground,
Whipped his tail
Yeah,
even.
yeah.
there are several ways I could have gone.
Oh, yeah. Several ways that could have gone, and none of them would have ended well for Jaime. But he's alive, and he has a very, very profound thought. And that thought is, we're fucked.
Yeah, pretty much.
They are.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I had a debate with...
Well, Bronn said you're fucked, so...
True. Go on.
I had a debate with a customer of mine that was going back and forth as to how much of the Lannister army was destroyed during this whole confrontation.
Battle.
A lot? Enough?
Enough
Probably.
to worry Jaime, and the fact that it was either him or Cersei, one of them said that she burned 1,000 wagons.
Oh, not all.
Right. But
That's a lot of supplies.
But my argument with the person was, we already know the gold crossed into King's Landing,
Yeah. She's got the
so
money.
it didn't go straight to the bank. It went to King's Landing first.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
So there's soldiers still there. Okay, that was my argument with him because he was like, "No, it went straight to the bank."
And I'm
All of them died on the way. I'm like, no.
I'm sure they have army elsewhere as well, but
Yeah, but they
Not a
took
lot.
how many tens of thousands of troops to take Highgarden? I'm going to imagine a very large portion are now ashes, or captured, or swearing loyalty to Dany, which we'll get to in a second. But you bring up a good point. The gold made it to King's Landing. It made it to Cersei. And what Cersei mentions later is there are mercenary armies. Which, something they've, I think, only mentioned in passing in the show is the Golden Company. They're a really big mercenary army. You pay them, they get shit done.
Right, but then there were two comments. First off, that the Dothraki could probably beat the shit out of any mercenary army.
That.
The second one, doesn't Davos know any mercenaries?
He knows
Someone
some.
mentioned something about Davos knowing a certain mercenary group that if he spots them and probably persuades them, they will lose their allegiance to whoever they're with.
And then,
Oh.
He's friends with a number of pirates,
yeah.
Smugglers?
smugglers, and the like.
Pirates.
Smugglers.
But the, I mean,
But as far as numbers, though, I think Jamie said they were still counting. So
yeah, they had
A
no
lot.
idea how many they lost. They were still figuring it out. But I mean, his whole thing was that was one dragon that did all of that with the Dothraki. She's got 3 of those fucking things.
Jamie
And
stayed
more Dothraki.
to
And
Cersei.
Qyburn's Scorpion did fuck all.
Well, it grounded him.
Temporarily, yes.
Yeah.
But, like, it didn't exactly have, the effect they needed it to have.
they would need a wall of those.
They would need about a dozen of them firing constantly.
Either that or somebody running it with really fucking good accuracy.
And the other thing is, though,
All the
now-
smoke.
that was their element of surprise with it. Dany didn't know that they had that. Now she does.
Yeah.
So she's going to know to look for that. Or, her army is going to know to look for that and take them out.
Well, either one or two options. Either take them out by the Dothraki, or that's the first thing I'm aiming for when I'm flying one set of the dragons around.
Mm-hmm.
Burn the shit out of those first, and then go after everyone else.
Right. Speaking
And
of...
as much as
go ahead.
we're all glad it didn't hurt Drogon really badly, it's a proof of concept.
Yes. They can injure them.
But it wasn't
And
just the dragons.
Hmm?
It wasn't just the dragons. They got bodied by the Dothraki.
Yes, exactly.
Jamie even said, like, we didn't have a shot.
Oh,
Like,
yeah, no, I know. I meant that the what is the Black Arrow is proof of concept that they can take a dragon down with it.
yes,
Well,
it
if you
was...
think about it, too, the Dothraki are fighting almost like, if we want to go back in history, they're
Mongols.
fighting like the Americans during the American Revolution versus, the English that are coming and invading like the Lannisters. They're holding and saying, well, hold the line. Yeah, holding the line's not going to mean shit. They're going to fight any way possible and jump over, go across. They're guerrilla warfare tactics.
Their tactics work against every Westerosi army because that's what they all do. 2 things that didn't work here. 1, you're not expecting a guy to jump off his fucking horse and clear over a line of spears and shields and start hacking you down from the rear. 2, the line was instantly broken by dragonfire.
Right.
So, not only would the line not work against a traditional, I guess you could say European army in this case, now you got Mongolians jumping over your ranks. And, like Jamie said, we got no chance. Like, they got, to quote Bronn, swamped.
Right now, they stand a chance with, especially Holy Dragon.
Moving on to fire.
So sad.
I love how Dany gets all the survivors together, just like, you may have heard all these stories that I'm here to burn you out of your homes and murder people and kill your children. I'm not here to murder people. So bend the knee and swear to me or die.
So a hypocrite.
It's like, I mean, that's a great way. It's a great way to get your message of I don't want to murder people across, is to threaten them with death if they don't obey you.
Well, but she pulled off a great art of war tactic.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to kill all. I just have to kill, 1, 2,
Maybe 10.
Well,
scare them off a little bit, and then everybody
Show
will
that
fall.
you mean business.
I mean, yeah, like as soon as she said that, though, you saw a good portion of them did just drop to their knees. Like, yeah, we're good with that.
Yeah.
We're totally fine. It's like,
Where to, boss?
we got families. We're good. And then she makes an example out of Lord Randall Tarley
And poor Dickon
because Dickon has a big mouth.
didn't need to die.
Really didn't.
No, I didn't think so.
Dickon had a hard on for dying.
Well,
No, I just realized he was screwed either way, so he was probably like, you know what?
he kind of was.
I mean, I'd rather
He,
go out.
I mean, Tyrion gave the most passionate defense, like, you're the future of your house. Don't, like, a great house was just wiped off the map. Don't let
make it
another one.
another.
Don't add to it. But no. Nope. Dickon don't want to hear shit. And it was them being reduced to a pile of ash, quite literally, that made everybody else, take a knee.
Yeah, that's gonna be a problem for a number of reasons.
Mm-hmm. But, Jamie reports back to Cersei, basically like, hey, sis, we're fucked. She just torched how much food, how many supplies, a good portion of our army. We have no idea how many are dead, but the number is climbing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know what you want to do here, but we're fucked. And then, Cersei drops the whole surprise bomb of, I'm pregnant.
Fucking bitch. Like, just has to throw that shit in there.
Yet again, another question. This is why I like doing this podcast on Tuesdays. I see a client on Tuesday morning that I have wonderful conversations with on the episodes.
It's good.
Isn't it with the soothsayer? Didn't the soothsayer say about Cersei not being able to have any more children?
The prophecy.
With the prophecy.
That's a miscarriage waiting to happen.
Wasn't it that all of your children are destined to die?
Yes.
Isn't that what it was?
It was something.
Three children, and then all that were destined to die. No more. No. I don't know.
That I gotta look back and watch in the episode. I don't know, or anybody out in the live chat want to find that answer for us too? Was it an exact number, or was it just all your children are gonna die?
So if that's the case, she could be lying.
Or it could be truth and it's a miscarriage.
Or she can have another kid, but I don't think she'll live to see the birth of her child.
They ain't hiring another actor. That kid's dead.
I like that.
But
I like that sentiment. Go on.
Curse aside, she's pregnant with Jaime's child. She wants to tell the world it's Jaime's child. Problem, you're supposed to marry the dude who brought you Ilaria on a silver plate, so...
There's a lot of problems going on here. I'm curious. Now, one of the big things issues a lot of people have been having with this season, I've noticed, is their portrayal of time. It's like everybody's warping all over the place except for the Night King. The Night King has not been granted the warp drive. Everybody else has.
Just the plotting.
Right. The only thing that's telling us that time passed for a while now are the size of the dragons and the size of Sam and Gilly's kid.
Oh my god, yes.
Yeah.
So if it wasn't for that kid growing, we would have no idea how much time has passed. So
This is true.
I mean, at the end of this episode, Jon leaves Dragonstone, and he is immediately at Eastwatch. Not back in the north at White Harbor, which is like 800, 1,000 miles away. He's way the fuck further up.
Well,
at the
he went
wall.
straight there.
Figured he'd stop home,
How long?
ahead of the fam.
He can't stop home, because then... This is a lot of bullshit happening in Winterfell at the moment.
Medieval sailing technology.
How the hell did he get all the way up there? He was just there. I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ.
Say you have a decently fast ship with sails using medieval technology. How long does it take to go about 1,500, 2,000 miles in open water?
At least an hour.
Wait.
Don't know.
Fortnite-esque.
At least an hour.
A
Takes a while.
fortnight.
Fortnite, but apparently in Game of Thrones time, it's 15 minutes.
But John's got his priorities straight, though, because before this he gets a message that Bran and Arya are not dead and they're home in Winterfell. So he beelines it straight to the wall instead of going to say hi to his siblings.
I know.
But
he's on a mission now.
he's on a mission. Priorities.
Yeah.
He knows they're safe. I mean, he doesn't have to.
Yeah.
He's like, there's Sansa there, and
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Brienne.
There's 3 Starks in Winterfell.
Too many.
Don't
I'm
worry,
skipping.
guys. Littlefinger's looking out for everybody.
We're gonna get to that.
Never say that.
Really?
No one's ever said that ever.
We're gonna get to that.
I like
But
him.
first,
Shut up.
I'm trying to keep this in order here before I get all confused and go everywhere and forget stuff.
You're lucky I'm keeping it together because I want to jump straight to Sam.
I know
No.
you do. We'll
Oh,
get
I know. That was so good.
Jon you know, Danny lands Drogon in front of Jon, and Jon's just standing there as Drogon gets closer and closer. It's just like, yoink,
Good boy.
pet the dragon. And as he does, Drogon kind of acts like a cat, just like, yeah, that's the good shit.
I'll close my
Yeah.
eyes right here.
At which point, Danny's like doing the crane in her neck, looking over,
Yeah,
like,
she's like, what's going on?
it's like, did he eat him? What the fuck's going? He's pet. Ooh.
He's fucked.
It's like, so suddenly the subtle romantic undertone, which has been a joke I've seen way too many places, is getting less subtle. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But this
No.
is George R.R. Martin's master plan. He has us read and watch a twin brother and sister boink each other for 7 seasons so an aunt and a nephew don't seem weird. By comparison.
Still weird. Didn't work. Still weird.
Yeah.
Nope. Shut it down.
Oh, they're gonna.
I don't think so.
Oh, they're gonna.
As long as I know the actors aren't related, at this
Yeah,
point,
I
don't
know,
give a shit
exactly.
An
Anymore.
aunt and an I don't think they'll get.
Oh,
to that
they're
bad.
gonna.
They have respect. for
Oh,
each
oh,
other.
Miss.
That's
I
actually-
just of you don't go.
Hey, for
Pounding it.
That's pretty far removed for Targaryens, by the way, you know.
That's true.
Yeah, no, it's kind of their family thing.
Uh-huh.
No.
That's
So,
why the Mad King was so mad.
Ormon's like a father figure.
No.
I mean, it's at this point that Ser Jorah returns.
Yes.
And back with the running jokes of Lord Friendzone has returned to his home.
My
Yep.
friend is back. Friendly hug.
No, but I think when he's going with John, she held that hug a little longer than just a friend
No.
hug. I think so.
No.
Well,
Wait.
honestly, at this point, they're more like family. He's
Yeah.
been there protecting her this whole fucking time.
That was a daddy hug.
And she probably never thought he'd come back to her.
Yeah.
My
And she's
favorite,
just like,
yeah. She definitely didn't think, like, you have an incurable disease. Like, just to see him back and, not dead. That's gotta be a
Right.
shock.
You ordered me to find a cure, and I did it.
It's like, I did it.
Proud of me?
Followed orders.
Yeah, that was a daddy hug. That was not a,
I don't know. I mean, it could have been seen as both ways.
That was not a bounce chicka bow bow hug. Nope.
And
I'm
while
hoping-
I firmly believe the friend zone does not exist, the joke is pretty funny.
Yeah, well, the scene, like, clip by clip, it's like, I've returned, Khaleesi. My friend is back. We're exactly just that, friends. It's like, this
Yeah,
is Jon Snow. He's king of the North. Oh shit, another king. And then in the back you see a Dothraki, like, Mr. Steal Your Girl, hashtag. It's like, I knew your father. He gave me your sword. And then in the background, the same Dothraki, Mr. Valyrian Steal Your Girl. Which was way cleverer than I could ever be. But I just had to share that because it sums up the scene.
That is awesome.
I saw that meme. I didn't see the whole thing. I just saw the friend hug part.
So, do you think that they'll talk about Sam and how great he is, him and John,
I hope so.
at some point on their
Yeah.
journey?
I really do hope so.
15-minute journey to the north. 15 minutes.
Oh, they're teleporting.
Yeah, I mean, you got to pass the boat ride. It's only 10 minutes, right?
Let's get to Sam.
Hold on. My question is this whole like world kind of like Elder Scrolls Online? You hit that little teleportation marker and you just fly across the map in about 3 seconds.
Yes, there is fast travel.
I
Probably.
just want to make
As
sure.
long as you've been there, you get the fast travel icon.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Whip
So-
out your map.
Just checking.
So, I
I
mean,
mean, I wish we knew how long this was, because, like, it just seems like Jorah's like, I'm home. I'm leaving.
Yeah.
yeah,
Goodbye.
that's.
Like,
Oh,
he hung up his hat and coat, put it back on, and left.
I mean, they're jumping places. Before we get to Sam, because with John leaving, we got to talk about the whole plan is go north, capture a
Yes.
white, bring it to King's Landing. It's like, because the last time they tried that, they gave a hand. By the time Sir Alistair Thorne got there with the hand, it was mush. Like, when they cut it off the white, it was still for days doing the whole.
Oh.
But by the time it got to King's Landing, it was,
Yeah, and also part of this is Jaime tells Cersei that Daenerys wants to almost do a ceasefire
Yeah.
and get rid of the White Walkers. And she's like, well, no. Why?
It's like she's winning. Why does she want an
Stop.
artist? Why does she want to, like... What?
No, but then she decided, she's like, let's do what father would do.
Let's do it. Let's
You
plot.
friend.
Let's,
Friend them.
you know, plot. Let's get, you know, in there.
Play the
weasel,
long con.
Play the long con. We'll accept their peace offer for now and go to town.
And then she did what I think is the scariest thing she's ever done. And she whispered in Jamie's ear, "Don't cross me again."
No.
What did she say in his ear then? It
betray
sounded
me
Don't
again.
betray me again.
me.
Don't be
Because he spoke
Take
to
it.
someone he
Because he
shouldn't have
spoke
spoken to that we
Tyrion.
haven't gotten to yet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so Davos...
But seriously,
I mean,
that gave me like chills.
Yeah.
I just know she's not gonna last.
Well-
so I'm just like,
I'm wondering
It's
if
all talk now.
I know we've kind of we might have skipped it or we're getting back to that scene. What's going to happen with Bronn now?
Hmm.
Because she knows that Bronn set everything up.
And she
Said
knows...
flat out to Jamie, hey, are you going to actually punish him for doing it?
And she does know that Bronn did work for both brothers at some point.
Yeah.
Yep.
I wouldn't be surprised if she
And-
has him killed.
I know.
And both brothers have a strong feeling toward him.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, yeah, Tyrion gets smuggled in. And the whole time Davos is there, he has an errand to run. As soon as he walked down near all the blacksmiths, I was like, oh god. This is like people have been begging for Gendry for how many seasons? I don't know why, but...
I said it 9 times. Chris is
I
like,
got
no, he's broader than that.
And then turns
Gendry.
around
Okay,
and it's
Okay,
young
because the
Christian
shot,
Bale.
it looked like a really skinny dude.
Yeah.
The first shot. I'm like, that's not him. Then we're going to pan over and we're going to see him.
About-
I called it.
I
I
felt really bad.
so called it. As soon as he walked in there, I was like, son of a bitch, we got him back.
But you were
Thought
like,
you were still rowing.
Yeah, but I was like, he's back.
By the way, probably the funniest scene Davos has had, and he's had some great ones.
Yeah.
Like, this just whole thing was astoundingly
The whole,
funny.
yeah, it was great. Like, it just, you know, basically to pitch them the idea, like, hey, I kind of got you, you ready? And, like, Gendry just literally drops everything, grabs a bag of shit, grabs a fucking warhammer, and walks out.
Okay.
Well, no. We got to go
The
into the
hammer
phrasing of that
badass.
because that was awesome. You might want to grab one of those swords on the way out. No, I don't know how to use those. I'm not good with those.
That's sword fighter.
Boom, boom.
I can use a
I'm
hammer.
better
It's like-
with this.
I prefer this.
Gendry, this entire episode was just like the real guy. He was real dude. He's like spoke his mind. He didn't hold back. Even when Davos was like, maybe don't tell him you're, the bastard of Robert
You're
Baratheon. He
Clovis.
just comes out his mouth. He just says it.
You're Clovis,
Clovis,
and
you
you're a
fool
good
boy.
blacksmith.
You're
Finish
Clovis.
loading the floor.
Oh,
the whole boat thing, just like, what is that? Fermented crab. Like, offers them a taste. It's like, you better run to your favorite establishment. You're going to burn a hole in that armor.
I'm not gonna burn a hole in anything.
yeah, and he's just sitting there waiting like he's looking at his hammer and just looks back at him every moment.
Yeah.
Like, are you
Like,
ready for me to do this?
I can smash him. I can smash him real quick. I really can.
But
It's
that
okay.
whole thing just shows how good of a smuggler Davos was. Like, he's charismatic. They got a laugh out of it. They got paid, to look the other way. And they got a good laugh out of the whole thing. So, I mean, they're going to go on their way, and they're going to forget him in 5 minutes.
Right.
Like,
I mean,
which
and
is, that's like the ideal thing for a con man. They want to, I forget what movie I heard this quote in. Like, they got to like you and then forget you. Just as quick as that quick.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I mean, and it would have worked if Tyrion just hadn't stumbled back down a cliff, 10 minutes
Or
ago.
the scar
Oh,
on
it's
his
like
face.
Hey,
Mr.
if it
Terrible
wasn't that
timing.
Midget.
Yeah.
It's like a Scooby-Doo thing.
What?
But, I mean, I guess we should real quick before we leave King's Landing just get to that meeting
Yeah.
real quick.
Jamie was mad.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Because he
A
let him go.
little.
It's like, I let you go and you went and shot father.
But Tyrion at a point, like, he was going to kill me.
Just for no
Like-
other reason than it was me.
He hated
He knew I was innocent. And now Jamie knew he was innocent too, for sure. It's like,
Yes.
he knew I was innocent. And he was going to kill me anyway.
Which is the thing why Jamie didn't gut him like a fish.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Like,
Well, no, he plays the sob story of being. Do you think I wanted to be born this way? He's
No,
like, what
it
do you
was
want?
also the
What do you
fact
want?
that
Just tell me what you want.
Tywin literally wanted to kill him, knowing that he didn't poison Joffrey. Literally for the sheer fact of, you killed your mother on the way out.
well, for the
Because that
sheer
was the
fact
tipping
that
point. Because he had been like, not physically, but definitely mentally abused by his father his entire life.
I mean,
Oh, yeah.
Tywin always put Tyrion in places like back in season 1. He puts Tyrion in the vanguard, as in the forward, unit, like the most likely to encounter combat and or die.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, like, he kept putting Tyrion in shitty situations, like
You just wanted a boy.
leading the defense of King's Landing. Well, that's a good one. And all these other things. And then finally, Joffrey's dying. He points at Tyrion, who's holding the jug, like inspecting it at this point. And that was it. All he needed. Is like, finally, perfect. I have a legal reason to kill my son. It's like,
Yeah.
it is legally justified doing it.
Yeah. Well, anywho, I don't know if the deal went down so great, but I mean, he did get Jaime to talk to Cersei about like, hey,
It's like they're gonna
And
bring
this-
us proof. He says they'll bring us proof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
which I mean, Cersei's gonna Cersei.
Oh yeah, she doesn't give. She's not gonna give a shit. They could bring a. They could bring a full-on White Walker if they could figure out how to get him past the wall.
But hear me out.
You bring a whole army.
You have a squad that involves the Hound,
I love
and it
this.
could come to King's Landing. Guys,
Mountain versus the
plug in
Hound.
Bull.
Oh boy.
The
No, but,
ultimate
like-
showdown.
I think the mountain would definitely. Well, that's just another story for another
The,
time.
the undead mountain versus the newly found religion Hound.
Well, he's not religious because he. Actually, my favorite point in the episode was when what's his face with the eye patch starts going off about the Lord of Light, and the
Just
Hound just says,
shut
"Shut the
up."
fuck up."
Shut the fuck up. Get us out of here.
Let's
So-
talk.
And
Not quite
now start the Suicide
Born
Squad
again.
jokes because that's what everybody else has been doing.
suicide.
I said new fellowship.
Yeah.
Yeah,
New and better fellowship.
So, I mean,
Go with the
John,
suit. I kind of like that.
Tormund, Gendry, which I've been. Someone made I read a very good point about this. That the only reason they brought Gendry back was to die next episode.
That's what I
I
think.
know that would be lame.
No, he's got to afford the obsidian weapons.
But he
Yeah.
But hold on, I'm questioning too. Now, is there anything special about the hammer? I'm wondering if he somehow got a little bit of Valyrian steel in there.
I doubt it.
I mean,
It's like,
We don't know where he got the hammer
Think
from,
for a
if he
mighty
made it
good
or
weapon.
not.
who knows? We don't know how much dragon glass they brought with them when they left. Dragonstone. Gendry
If
had
they're-
probably had plenty of time to forge some daggers at the very minimum.
that's true.
Well, the other thing too is that he's been in King's Landing for so long.
Mm-hmm.
Lords, high lords, and everything will have Valyrian steel. If he has to reforge anything, you don't think he's going to take little snippets here and there and make himself a very nice warhammer?
True.
You know,
I mean, yeah.
why not? But
It's going to be interesting because he's got the hammer that crushes. That'll be good against a zombie. Crush its bones. You got Thoros and Dondarrion. They can both light their swords on fire. Straight up.
Handy.
Handy.
Yeah,
I'm,
fire, good.
It'd be nice if they taught the Hound how to do that, but that fire close to his face.
Yo, and one of them's a cleric, so we're good.
Then you got Tormund, you got Jon, and
One of them is a drunk ass cleric, so I
Yeah.
mean, you got to take that into consideration.
so that's gonna be a fun one.
What's your point?
And they're gonna run from the preview for next episode. They're gonna run into some shit.
I am on the same page as Tormund, and I'm very sad that Brienne is not part of this fellowship.
Mm-hmm.
Just for the fact that she is also on the level of ass kickery as the rest of them. She's got another job to do though. So
Yeah, she does.
I'll let it slide.
Now, I know I'm getting ahead of myself here, but the preview for next week's episode ends with all of them turning around and booking it, like away
Yeah.
from an advancing horde of zombies.
Well, okay, because alright. So when they mention this plan to get a White Walker and bring it with them,
Not a
Just a white,
Walker.
not
just a white. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
I
I
get
know.
them words mixed up.
Mhm.
Anyway, I imagine okay, they're gonna come from the side, grab one, and just like, whoop.
That's cool.
But no, they're facing it head fucking on. I'm like, dudes.
Yeah, this is gonna be kind of
What's the plan?
crazy. You're
Here's the
nuts.
sad part. One of them is going to die, and it might be Jorah.
Oh, I forgot about Jorah.
I
Yeah,
think
he's
it's
with
more than one.
I have a feeling multiple are gonna be left there in the snow.
I think it's more than one.
But my thought was like one of them's going to die, and they're going to just take that person as their
Oh
proof.
God, shut up! No, that's
I mean, it could be. I mean, it's possible.
Because I mean, the Night King can just he did that to all of the wildlings and Night's Watchmen at at Hardhome. He just
Yeah.
raises his hands and everything gets up off the ground.
Mm-hmm.
He has
which
one's
is still
brother.
the best scene I think in the entire show.
Uh-huh. What's a better way to demoralize a fighting force than by killing one of them and resurrecting their corpse to fight, for you?
It's just like Warcraft 3.
Hmm. I mean, I don't know who's, there's so many in there. The Hound can't die because he's having an amazing character arc and he needs to kill his brother.
Yeah.
John's not gonna die. He's got plot armor thicker than anything. Plot armor thicker than the wall, I should have said that.
Yeah, and basically everyone else is a
He's the one that burned his face.
Everybody else in
chopping
there,
block.
as much as I love the Tormund, Brienne, chemistry, Tormund is, plot-wise expendable.
I know, which makes me
Jorah.
sad because he's probably one of my favorites.
Jorah would be a heartbreaking death, considering he just got, the most epic peel treatment in the world.
Well, it
And
wouldn't
honestly-
be...
George R.R. Martin's gonna target him.
That's what I mean. It
And
would
honestly-
be the way the show is written. That he would just die
Yeah,
from another disease.
and it wouldn't be just enough for him to die and up in the north and leave him there. If he dies, he's got to be the one they bring back because
Oh, absolutely.
a
Yeah,
heartbreak
and
scene.
Thoros, he doesn't mean enough to us at this point to care whether he dies or not.
That's true.
No.
Gendry, that would be heartbreaking also because they just brought him back to us, and as Danielle is saying in chat, they need to reunite him with Arya, but
Yeah, and he's a super sweetie pie, so it's like you and me. Even if you don't really remember him from seasons ago,
yeah.
you're still gonna be like, "Oh, you're a cutie. I want
yeah.
you to stick
In
around."
the words of Tyrion.
And the
He'll
other
do.
thing is, nobody gives a fuck if Dondarrion dies. He's been there, done that a half a dozen times. We're over it. So,
Honestly, if he dies again, that'll just be old hat.
exactly.
He's good at that.
He
He'll
is.
he'll come back, except he'll be sheathing his sword in ice instead of fire. Is basically the gist of that.
That would be really cool, actually.
If that's even hey, they might reveal some other crazy magical bullshit like, hey, the Night King can't resurrect him because he's already been resurrected by another entity.
Yeah. I wonder if they're gonna bring that stuff with the Lord of the Light and do.
Mm.
Maybe they'll actually cast Raga.
God. All right. One thing left we haven't talked about, and that's Arya stalking Littlefinger.
Well, there's two things we haven't talked about. We'll talk about Arya first, but there are two things.
Oh, you're right. There are two things.
Yeah.
We'll start in Winterfell and we'll bring it into the other thing. So Arya is stalking Littlefinger because, let's face it, she's got nothing else better to
He's
do.
a shady motherfucker.
And she's a shady motherfucker. Here's the problem,
Well,
though. He's been
that's her MO.
he's been being shady for way longer than she's been alive.
Mm-hmm.
So he's on to her, probably almost immediately.
Yeah.
Maybe not to the extent of the fact that she's a faceless one, but
No.
he's definitely on to her. So, I mean, she follows him, breaks into the room, finds this is the only copy of this message in Winterfell? Yes. Good job. Lady Stark thanks you. It's like, oh, that's piqued my interest. I have to find this thing. And, if, someone paused it and enhanced it and, like zoomed in on it so like we can read the whole letter, and it's basically the note Sansa wrote to Robb in season 1 after Ned got beheaded.
Right.
Mm.
Yep.
And it's the note that Cersei made her write. Like, come
asking him
south,
to bend the knee.
bend the knee,
Just-
father tried to rebel and steal Joffrey's throne, and I love Joffrey, and get down here. And
Yup.
so now Arya's got that piece of paper. And she's probably not going to understand the context
Of how she was, why she was writing it like
of
that.
why that
And
was
they're
written.
not close enough again to be able to have that heart to heart.
Baelish is trying to put a wall between Arya and Sansa.
I think he's trying to incite, more than just a wall.
I think
So that
what,
he can get himself in there.
yeah, because he kind of realized something, and
I still like him.
yeah, well,
Sorry.
We know. Don't worry.
You're the only one. Okay.
No.
Don't only one.
he
No.
he came to the realization that Arya is very dangerous. If the whole sister bond happens and they get all, tight and stuff like that, he's fucked.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
And she'll just stab
Yeah,
him in
he's
his
trying to
sleep
drive
and
a
he won't know
wedge
what hit
between
him.
them.
Especially when Bran, the all-seeing, can, probably knows everything about...
Chaos is a ladder.
All he has to do is drop one word, and Arya's gonna want to gut him.
Yeah, but
So-
here's the
Brienne,
thing
too,
now.
I think wants him out.
Couldn't just. No, I already answered my question. I was thinking that Bran could tell Arya the situation where the note was done, but yet again, Bran doesn't really have those emotions.
Yeah, Bran has to care.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Bran would have to
And-
care, you're right.
Arya doesn't really trust anyone. Period.
Well,
So,
I mean,
yeah,
Blame her.
we're also assuming that Arya's gonna fall for it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, she could see this. Like, put 2 and 2 together. Joffrey's an asshole. Sansa definitely didn't like him. I
But
don't know how
last
willing to
time-
believe that she's gonna be. I
yeah,
think
true.
this might be a red herring.
The last time
Quite frankly.
Arya saw Sansa, though, before this, she was the prissy, really wanted to be the queen, wanted to be the fancy lady, and all that stuff.
And she already admitted the fact you're in mom and dad's room.
You always
like
liked the
this
nice
thing.
things.
Yeah.
Yeah, Arya's showing... she's smart, yeah. But she's showing her prejudice towards Sansa that she's always had and has been coming back.
Hmm So, it could be a red herring, or
Hope it is.
I hope it is, but I think it's going to wind up being an actual source of conflict until something else happens and Arya's like, oh, that motherfucker.
Mhm.
One more question.
Mm.
Was Littlefinger, because somebody told me that Littlefinger was on Arya's list.
No.
I think it was like a secondary list.
No, I think he's
Yeah,
on the
secondary.
list because the whole thing going down and Ned getting captured was in the brothel that Littlefinger owned.
her list is a lot longer. The list she recites in the books is a little longer than the one she does in the show, but I don't know if Littlefinger... The Hound is on that list. I don't know if he is anymore. Well, actually, she thinks the Hound is dead.
Yeah, she thinks Bran killed the Hound.
Right. A whole list of people... a whole bunch of people are on that list. I can't even remember. Littlefinger might have been on it. I'm not positive, though. But... yeah, I don't know.
That's
We'll find out.
I don't
We'll
know.
see.
I'm sticking to my guns. I
Yeah,
have
How
faith.
it'll travel.
I'm-
Hashtag faith.
John, I'm hoping you're right about that. So while we're in the north, what triggers a lot of Sam's stuff, which we haven't talked about it, was Bran having a vision,
Mm-hmm. As he does.
yeah, flitting between all those ravens, like, nice. Sees all the undead, all that stuff. We have to send ravens to everybody. Like, gotta write everybody. I saw... Oh, God. My favorite quote from a Goofy picture. I saw Ice Mall in my tree Cerebro. Because he's an
I
icy
get
Darth
it.
Maul. Yeah, I know. And he's Professor X, so I get it. Sorry, I have to share stupidity.
I
Anyway,
saw small
in my
like
tree cerebro.
in my tree cerebro
Mhm.
saying he's Professor X.
No, I know. I just had
And-
to hear it again. That was like,
Yeah.
pretty
I didn't
funny.
say it was good. I by no means
No.
said it was good.
It's not bad though.
It gave me a giggle. Anyway, Sam gets this note, which is being discussed among the Archmaesters and all those at the table, and he makes, a detailed proposal there. Which, hey, that seems pretty likely. About as equally as likely as this is a plot by the Dragon Queen to, usurp people and send all of the armies north so she can easily take over. Yeah. Which, I mean...
He did try.
He tried.
to
I mean, Sam
tell
gets
him,
out of
I
there.
have literally seen these things.
Yeah, I've seen these things with my own eyes. Then he goes out of there, whatever. It's like, is that the boy who, is that the one whose brother and father were just burned to death? Yep. That's a terrible business. I haven't the heart to tell him. He's a good lad. It's like...
I know, and I'm so upset that he left and he doesn't know, and he's gonna find out in the worst way.
Yeah,
I know.
exactly.
No, it's very sad.
Well, he's probably going to find out at the point where it's like, hey, Sam, check out, this is Daenerys. Oh, fuck.
What's your
Just
last
so-
name? Charlie? Oh.
Your
I am
moment.
sorry.
I knew your father for a whole 30 seconds. Well,
I don't know if he's going to care,
Now-
though, because his father was a dick.
I mean, his father was
Yeah.
a dick, but it's still his dad. I mean,
his brother wasn't a dick, though.
But it's my dick, guys.
exactly. Exactly. You're my
So-
douchebag.
And my
Like,
dick and my dick on. See?
I was waiting for it.
Now here comes what a lot of people are raging about. Sam's doing his little scribing, writing, recopying scrolls and shit. Gilly's just like, wow, this maester, what's his face? He wrote down everything. There's 15,000 something steps. He wrote down his
He
bowel
wrote bowel
movements.
too.
Wow, look at this.
What's an annulment? This
like,
guy
what's a-
named Rhaegar had an annulment.
It's like, what's an annulment? This guy, yeah, exactly. And he got remarried at a secret ceremony in Dorne, and it's just like, the tower he held Lyanna Stark at was in Dorne.
Go on.
So,
Sure, you know.
thank you for the single most important plot point of this season, probably of multiple seasons.
But I think
He
everybody
says
knew
it, and
about
Sam
that.
yells at her. I'm like, Sam, no, shut up. That's important.
Everybody knows by now.
Well,
I believe.
yeah, well,
Well,
anyway, this
we
is...
do.
He knew that he was the son
Now
of
we know-
Rhaegar Targaryen.
But-
We did not know he was legitimate.
Right, because...
He's legitimate heir to
Yes.
Targaryen.
Legally, because the marriage was annulled and Rhaegar married
Right.
Lyanna, he is a legit, thing.
He
Yeah.
supersedes Dany as
Because-
heir to Targaryen.
As of last season, he went from
Yup.
being Ned Stark's bastard to being Rhaegar Targaryen's bastard.
Mhm.
Like, that was the only change. Like, great, he's a Targaryen, but he's still a bastard. Now, this tidbit...
Not a snow. He'd be a sand. But anyway.
Technically,
Oh,
he would be a
born
sand
in
because he was born in Dorne.
Dorne. Yeah.
I don't know how that works. I think it's where your parents are from, not where you're actually physically born. Anyway,
Right.
tidbits. I mean, yeah, tidbits. Moving on.
Book stuff.
So yeah, he's legal. So if how that ever comes out, which I think Sam has that book, maybe, I don't know. I mean,
Yeah,
Sam
he's
breaks in,
taking
he takes books and scrolls and books and scrolls and just fills a huge sack full of them and is like, peace.
Yeah.
Gilly's like, I thought you wanted to stay.
Dons
Here-
his blacks
here-
again and takes off on a cart with Gilly and
Hear
his
me
son.
Hear me out.
Go ahead.
Because Jon would not want the Iron Throne. At least I don't believe he would want the Iron Throne.
Yeah.
Nah.
Sam, Jon, and Bran are in a room. This shit comes up. They find out he's the real heir. He uses that as leverage to just be king of the North. That's all he wants.
And he barely wants that.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say, I don't even think he wants that really.
But that
I
would be
don't
his...
know. If we get Dany and him,
Oh, God.
become a real good family,
Mm.
Now-
he'll just go up to the north and be like, I'll run that half.
Like,
You run the other half.
yeah, there is that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
the whole thing is, yeah, he could use that as leverage. Like, look, you leave us be. Everything north of this point is mine and ours. We will take care of it. We're never going to march south and fuck with you. Relax.
I won't contest the throne. You can have it.
You can have it. If you
Well-
don't agree to
well-
that...
Each other.
He'll march down to fuck with her.
Oh,
No,
yeah, I get it.
no one-
No, no. Hey.
But if
Giggy.
you go in this route, I will show that I legally have the throne before you. So that.
I mean, and that was the big thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because everyone was like, oh, John's supposed to be king. Now it's... Because Bran could tell him till he's blue in the face, you're a Targaryen, I seen it. Doesn't matter. Like, it has to be written in paper somewhere, and now...
And it is.
Now that the Maester wrote it
Legally
down,
binding.
that it was legally done by a septon, by a priest. Like,
Right.
Mhm.
Not just he
Uh,
said, she said, myth and
Mm.
Thank
prophet.
God for that maester that recorded every shit he took. Thank
So-
the fucking Lord for that guy.
coming up next 2 weeks are the 2 longest episodes of Game of Thrones we'll ever
Oh,
have.
If this Sunday's episode was going to be more than an
I'm
hour.
relatively certain. I could be wrong. I think this coming episode is 78 minutes, and in the week after is 88 minutes.
Yes.
Awesome.
Big boys.
So
Yeah.
We're stoked.
yeah,
Well, next week's gonna need a lot of time.
and the week
They're
after
having
is
the Fellowship of the Ring.
right,
A lot of dice rolls.
and the week after is
Something
the second to last episode of the season is always the big shit happens episode.
Yeah, yeah.
And this
And
is
then
it, right?
cliffhangers,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
forever.
Episode 7 is the penultimate episode of the season. That's the shit goes down episode.
Yeah,
Oh,
I guarantee there will be like tons of cliffhangers, and it's like, ah, the fuck.
for sure.
I don't know. I'm excited.
I am too. I just hate cliffhangers. I hate them.
Like we
Yeah,
have
we're
a happy.
71 minutes this episode,
71
or
minutes.
next one.
This next episode, packing it up.
It's like you can tell we're coming up to the
81, yeah.
end. I mean, we had a happy little Stark reunion. Like the 3 surviving siblings, if you exclude Jon, the 3 surviving pureblood Stark siblings are together in Winterfell again. And
He's a cousin, technically.
Yeah. Now yes, he's a cousin technically. And all these other main characters from all the other places are now together in one spot. So it's kind of like the approaching the end kind of thing.
Yeah.
Now shit's gonna happen. It's like, bad stuff, I think.
It's
Before
going down
it's
for
it's
real.
good, and then it's gonna get bad before it gets good again.
It's going down for real.
It's Game of Thrones.
So
I
I
just
did
know-
look up Arya's list.
Oh, go ahead.
Only people
Yeah.
left on the list are, well, that we know are alive, is the Hound, the Mountain, Melisandre, Dondarrion, and
Cersei.
Cersei.
oh, Cersei. Right, I skipped Cersei, but
Yeah.
we know Cersei.
Everybody wants Cersei.
And cleric dude Thoros.
She did say, Miss Melisandre did say she was supposed to come back to Westeros at some
Probably
point.
gonna be killed by Arya.
Well,
I
I
bet
mean,
she's seen
but-
it.
Do we know, maybe she could somehow be involved in this trek north? But even though Davos is there, he'll gut her like a fish.
I don't know.
I don't know.
What if she's the one they essentially take back as a White Walker?
Hell, they remove that pendant. There's going to be some creepy shit happening.
Oh, Melisandre.
Yeah, Melisandre.
But then, I mean, someone mentioned, what if the Night King has no power over someone who serves the light?
Mhm.
That's true. It's possible we haven't seen anything yet with that
Now,
interaction.
I mean-
Has there been any rumors
anything.
of Catelyn Stark coming back as her alter ego?
No,
No.
so far it looks like that's not happening.
Yeah, because if it was gonna happen, it would have happened already.
Because
That
there was a
What?
cliffhanger at some point in the books where you thought Brienne got hung on her orders.
Fuck.
So yeah. I
No,
don't
Oh, no. They kill Brienne, I stopped watching
She
the
didn't.
show.
She didn't.
I won't finish it.
Oh, yeah, I got you. I
I
But,
won't finish it.
I
I
mean,
think she said it was a cliffhanger. I don't think she actually died.
no, and this was well
I know.
before, this is well before the events that are happening now. So if they were going to bring her into this, it would have happened already.
And everybody knows how empty my threats are when I
Yeah.
say if they kill this certain person, I will never watch the show again. That's pretty
Yet
empty
again, I had
threats.
another mention of somebody walking behind Sansa and Littlefinger during the fight sequence last episode. Not this past,
Oh,
the one before. When she got kicked down by Brienne.
yeah.
That somebody walked by and they thought it was a glimpse of somebody very kind of whitish figure.
Mm-hmm.
That it's a possibility that it was
Oh,
her.
god damn
But
it. Now I got to go watch that. But
I know, right?
that would be the subtle shit they pull. Because, I mean,
Did it happen in the
They don't-
show?
we
Did
don't
he
know.
get-
We don't really know what happened. Okay. This is the next 2 minutes are going to be heavy book spoiler. I apologize if you haven't read them, but, go away if you don't want it.
The whole show.
No,
is
they
like-
changed the whole thing because, okay, book spoiler. The Brotherhood Without Banners finds Catelyn Stark's corpse floating down the river, down the Trident, after she was dumped in it, after the Red Wedding.
Yep.
Beric Dondarrion sacrifices his new resurrected life and resurrects her
Oh.
and dies. And that's the end of Beric Dondarrion.
Oh.
So the fact that he's still alive kind of precludes that.
Indicates that didn't happen.
Unless it's going to happen.
So she comes back as her alter ego, Lady Stoneheart. Can't say a word because, hey, her vocal cords were fucking slashed. She doesn't have them left.
Yeah.
And she's very vengeful and very creepy. And this was a long time ago that I read A Feast for Crows, so I don't... I can't give you word-for-word details of how this happened. But I do seem to remember Brienne almost hanging from a tree.
Oh God.
Might be thinking of someone else, I don't know. And then Brienne, shows up back in King's Landing, how many, almost a whole book later.
Mm.
Jamie, I found the real Arya Stark. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Well, it could still happen.
No,
for
no,
Lady Stoneheart
because
eventually.
I'm confused on it. Because in
I gotta look that all up, because it just sounds wrong in my head after saying it.
in our show series, in our kind of what we have in the timeline going on, wasn't Lady Catelyn's head on a pike?
Mm-mm. No, I think it was just Robb Stark.
No, Rob's was shipped back to King's Landing.
Okay.
They put
I don't remember.
Grey Wind's head on a spike.
They
They
put
put
the
the
wolf's
dog-
head on a spike, and I thought they put hers and Grey Wind's.
No, they
Yeah.
I don't remember what they did in the show. Book-wise, they sewed Grey Wind's head to Rob's body and paraded it around. Because hey, let's just get gruesome while we're at it. I'm gonna be running through, pouring through forums and wiki pages and stuff because I don't know where the hell my copy. Actually, I do know where that book is. It's on a bookshelf. What a place to keep a book, right?
Big, you know.
No, I think, as much as I would love it, I think the whole Lady Stoneheart stuff is past. And, unless they wrote some way around, I actually remember, I can seem to remember one of the show creators saying a couple seasons ago they weren't doing it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I could see it taking the show to a different level if they did. I mean, just completely on a different path.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, it's hard when you've gone too far already to kind of.
Right. And there's other things from the books to focus on.
Yeah. A
Like
few weeks left. I'm excited for next week's episode.
Me too.
Mhm.
But, all I know about next week's episode is shit goes down. The only blurb I could find is Death is the Enemy. I don't know if that's the name of the episode or the synopsis. Or both.
Game of Thrones in the synopsis just never happens.
Mm-hmm. But on that note, I say that's our show, I think, right?
Yeah, I think we covered
Yes.
everything.
We did.
Yeah.
Cleo, where can they find you?
You can find me at Cleomoto on Twitter and other places.
And other places.
And other places and things.
John, where can they find you?
You can find me at No More on Twitter. Not posting about Game of Thrones and mostly posting about Sonic. Sorry.
Pat and Michelle, where can they find you?
You can find us at the
Michelle.
little tag thing over there,
Twitter.
or in time and
space.
space.
Really is better with both of you.
Yeah, it works a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
The
Fine.
reverberation is just
You can find me on Twitter at Thillidren, right there. You can find all of us on Facebook, Twitter, Gmail, Google+, MySpace, and YouTube at ASOTV Podcast. You can follow us at those places for some more podcasts for some of your favorite TV shows, movies, and games. Thank you all for watching. Farewell.
Bye-bye.
bye-bye.
See you next week.
And I'm tapped for
Bye.
Bye. Yes.
Okay, I love you. Bye-bye.